Each year, more and more Christmas films are released, ranging in quality from timeless classics to whatever Hallmark puts out that year. As a result, many of these films are either overlooked or forgotten. One release that I believe deserves wider recognition is the animated Arthur Christmas. With the film celebrating its 10th anniversary this year, now feels like the perfect time to revisit it. Don't forget to give this video a like, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. The film's initial trailers vastly undersold the creativity and originality of the final product. Obviously, if you haven't seen the film, I'd encourage you to do so. Before we continue, be warned this video will include spoilers. The film was produced by Aardman Animations, the award-winning team behind Wallace and Gromit, in partnership with Sony Pictures Animation. Arthur Christmas is something of a visual departure for Aardman. The studio is best known for stop-motion animation. Even their previous film, Flushed Away, the first to be produced using computer animation, had retained the look and style of stop-motion. Arthur Christmas may not look like a typical Aardman production, but the studio's signature style of wit and humour is present throughout.
I've seen this before. Sleigh fever, they call it. Pressure of Christmas sends a man do-lally-tap. Santa Claus the 16th got it 1802. Every child that year got a sausage nailed to a piece of bark.
In fact, multiple viewings are required to catch every joke. The film includes references to previous Aardman productions, such as Wallace and Gromit and Shaun the Sheep. Despite breaking with tradition, the animation looks fantastic. The world the characters inhabit is incredibly detailed while still feeling distinctly stylized. I really enjoy the film's high-tech, militaristic depiction of Santa's operation. From the colossal S1, to the Mission Impossible-esque delivery elves, to the impressive North Pole mission control. The opening sequence in particular is genuinely clever and well thought out. The level of care and attention to detail that went into making this film is clear on screen. For instance, the majority of the plot takes place during the wee hours on Christmas morning. Of course, the reality of time zones means that by the time children in North America go to bed on Christmas Eve, those of us in Australia are already enjoying Christmas lunch. The filmmakers ultimately decided that for children on Christmas Eve, it's nighttime all around the world. While many cultures have a Santa-like figure, the accompanying traditions differ from country to country, something Arthur Christmas actually acknowledges.
Update national protocol. Delete rice pudding and carrot. German leave out for Santa is shoe on front step. Shoe on step.
The idea of Santa being a title which is passed from person to person is hardly unique to this film. However, in Arthur Christmas, the title is passed from father to son, in a line of succession dating back to St. Nicholas. At its heart, Arthur Christmas is a film about family. The titular Arthur, voiced by James McAvoy, is the son of the current Santa. Despite being consistently overlooked by his family, particularly his father and brother, Arthur has a heart of gold. He can be clumsy, but ultimately just wants to make people happy.
I just want it to be perfect for every kid.
David Tennant was apparently the first choice for the role. However, while I am a fan of Tennant, I do think McAvoy is a better fit for the character. Tennant did voice Charles Darwin in Aardman's next film, The Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists, released internationally as The Pirates Band of Misfits.
What kind of ship is this?
We were a scientific expedition. Charles Darwin, at your service.
Arthur's older brother Steve, voiced by Hugh Laurie, is expected to become the next Santa, although he has effectively been running the operation for years already.
Okay, let's show them, people. Operation Santa Claus is coming to town.
Steve desperately wants the recognition of being Santa. However, by his own admission, he isn't great with children, referring to them as a number rather than by name. Nevertheless, Steve is a natural leader, and his innovations have helped modernize the whole process. Of course, this puts him at odds with Grand Santa, voiced by Bill Nye, who constantly argues that things were best during his tenure as Santa.
Christmas 1941, World War II, I did the whole thing with 6 reindeer and a drunken elf. I was shot at, Arthur, took 12 direct hits, lost 3 reindeer.
What happened to the elf?
Fell out of the sleigh over Lake Geneva. Never saw him again.
Being 136 years old, Grand Santa doesn't have much of a filter.
Don't matter what you come up with, son. You may be the next in line, but you'll never get to be Santa unless you knock him off.
The current Santa, aka Malcolm, voiced by Jim Broadbent, is little more than a figurehead. Yet he seems completely oblivious to how ineffectual he has become.
Here's to me. Doing an even better job next year.
You're already perfect, Dad.
Ha! That turkey did more than him.
Despite everyone expecting him to retire after completing his 70th Christmas run, he refuses to give up the role.
Who would I be?
You'd be my Malcolm, dear.
Rounding out the Claus family is Mrs. Santa, aka Margaret, voiced by Imelda Staunton. Margaret gives meaning to the saying, behind every great man is a great woman.
Now I've just got to visit the elf hospital, look over a treaty with Greenland and make the gravy. Then we'll finally have the whole family home for Christmas.
The character's appearance reminds me of the Queen. Funnily enough, Staunton will portray Elizabeth II in the 5th and 6th seasons of the Netflix series The Crown. I really appreciate the simplicity of the film's premise. When one child is accidentally missed, Arthur takes it upon himself to deliver the present before sunrise.
But there's nothing there. She won't understand. She'll think she's the one kid in the whole world that Santa doesn't care about. She'll feel so left out.
One of the best things about Arthur Christmas is the fact it doesn't have a villain. The writers could have easily made Steve into a one-dimensional antagonist, but they didn't. The characters are all relatable but flawed people. Steve, Grand Santa, and Malcolm all want to be Santa for understandable but ultimately self-serving reasons. All three have lost sight of what Santa is supposed to represent.
Please. Gwen just has to have a present from Santa.
On the other hand, Arthur idolizes Santa to the point where he sees his own father as flawless. Over the course of the film, he's forced to confront the reality that his father isn't perfect.
Arthur, this is Dad we're talking about. There was a time when he cared about every last gift tag, but now he just wants to be loved and get some rest.
No! He's lying awake, worrying his beard off about Gwen.
Ho, ho, ho! Off to the land of Nod. Please do not disturb until December 26th. Is that it, dear?
Yes, Malcolm, press the red.
Which leads to the realization that the idea of Santa is bigger than any one individual.
This picture, this drawing, it isn't of Dad, or you, or Steve. This is Santa. And as long as we get the bike to Gwen before she wakes up, then Santa came. And he cares.
The film's score was composed by Harry Gregson Williams, who had previously worked with Aardman on both Chicken Run and Flushed Away. I already praised the composer's music when I reviewed The Chronicles of Narnia. His work on Arthur Christmas is perhaps more understated, but just as effective. The festive soundtrack enhances the action sequences as well as the more emotional moments. Gregson Williams even manages to incorporate some familiar Christmas tunes. The film also features Justin Bieber's version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Arthur Christmas is a clever, heartfelt, thoroughly entertaining film. Like the best family entertainment, it has something for everyone. It is, in my opinion, a modern Christmas classic. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this film, and Merry Christmas! If you enjoyed this video, why not give it a like? Maybe share it with a friend, or an enemy. Either way, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to see more content here on Channel 73.